Hello, virtual doll convention. We are here for our wonderful workshop with Helen Kish. This is our Beyond All Limits workshop that we are having. Helen has put together such a fun and easy project that I know you guys are going to enjoy so much. You can customize it. You can use a lot of materials that you have already and just have fun with it. So we are going to cut to Helen, who is here and has been working on this, and I am so excited. So I hope you guys enjoy this. Okay, guys, we are here with Helen Kish. Helen, this is so much fun. Thank you for having us. How are you doing?
I'm doing well.
Good. Good to see.
How are you?
We are good. We are good because we're here with you and we are at a virtual doll convention.
Yes.
Can you believe it?
It hasn't been that long since the last one, but
yeah, but
well,
here we
wonderful.
are.
How
yes.
wonderful.
So Helen, you have been working really hard brainstorming something for us to do. We had just a couple days notice, and what have you put together for us?
Okay, what I've got is a pattern that is going to be downloadable for everybody to make a shoe baby.
I love him.
And what I use is, well, I've used leather, but most of the shoe babies that I've made, and most of them have been gifts, are made of wool felt and ribbon or beads. You can use beads. You can just let your imagination go wild with how you decorate it. And then, I have these little resin babies to put inside. Now, you might have your own little miniature something or another to put inside, or you don't need to put anything in it, actually. And they make just nice little ornaments.
Oh, they are so cute. The baby in the shoe.
So we've got...
I feel like you could even put these like shoes on a doll. If you kind of modified them.
You could. If you had a doll that... I think they would fit a 20-inch doll.
Yeah.
A 20-inch baby doll.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's just delightful. So you guys, Helen Kish is providing this wonderful pattern that she has worked really hard putting together for us, for all of you guys. What a wonderful gift, Helen. This is doable. I can tell already we can do this.
Yes, you don't even need a sewing machine.
I love that.
Do this by hand. You just cut the pattern out, and you need a little piece of felt or whatever fabric you're making this out of. I also use, to stiffen the sole and the back of the shoe, I use a little bit of this stiff, I don't even know what it's called. Do you know what it's called, Anne? The stiff material?
It's Pellon.
It's a Pellon product.
Okay.
And but you could use a cardboard. You could use like from a cereal box or something. It'll work just the same.
Love it.
You just need to make sure that you leave yourself enough space around a fabric around it so that you don't have to push a needle through it, because that can be kind of tough.
Okay.
So what I've done here is I've already pre-cut some pieces that this is the base of the shoe, and I usually start with this. But if you're going to be doing some fancy embroidery, it's usually best to do that. Oh, I should have cut two pieces of this, one for the front and one for the back. Anyway, it's easier for me usually to just do the embroidery on it before I put it all together.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that makes good sense.
Right? So, but we're going to skip that right now, and I'll just show you how to do this with hand sewing. You can be sitting in front of the television watching your favorite program, or in front of the fire.
I'm all about hand sewing. I think there's just something kind of liberating about
I love hand sewing. I really do. So I just basically do I guess it's called a saddle stitch. And these stitches are meant to be seen.
And I love that too.
So
it's kind of hard to, anything goes with this project. I kind of love that.
Yeah. If you prefer that the stitches not be seen, you could certainly do that too. You could do it on the machine if you want to, but you don't have to. So it's just all up to your choice. So you kind of get the idea here. I waxed this thread and it still wants to twist on me.
And you have, what kind of thread is that? It looks pretty thick.
This is actually embroidery thread.
Okay.
But you could use regular thread. I would just double up on it so that it's a little thicker if you're going to make stitches that show like this, because you don't want them too thin. But here's what I used right here. And this actually comes in, this is 6 strands. And what I did here is I separated it into 3 strands and then threaded my needle.
Okay.
So I'm only doing 3 strands because I have one end loose here, and 3 strands is plenty thick enough. I'll just tie it off here. And the nice thing about wool felt, or any felt, I suppose, but I prefer wool felt. It's not 100% wool. It's about 30% wool, and the rest of it is rayon. But you can hide your thread in it, so you don't have any ugly loose ends.
It's like a material that also has there you go. That has a lot of like meat to it. You can just
Exactly.
really feel what you're doing.
Yes, and so it's thick enough that you can actually hide your thread. And there you go. You don't
how
have
nice.
anything hanging out.
Oh, great.
Okay, so there's the basic shoe upper. Now, with the bottom, I forgot to get glue out. What I usually do is glue this stiffener piece into this. But since you don't have to. And then I'm going to put my knot in this again. So now I've got 2 thicknesses of felt with the stiffener inside. And I'm going to start at the back here. And what I'm doing here is pulling my stitch through and then coming back under it to make kind of a knot at the top.
I see.
Trying to keep my stitches even, but if they're a little uneven, that's not going to hurt anything. And the other thing to remember is that your first try is always, it's going to be less perfect than your second or third, right?
Exactly.
Because you just, see now I'm making bigger stitches just for the sake of going faster. I wouldn't ordinarily make them this big, but I just want to show you that we can, and you can take all the time that you need with these. This should be a very relaxing thing. Relaxing and fun.
Exactly. And I think these are so cheerful. They would make such great little gifts, and you guys can make them for spring.
Right. And just customize them any way that you want. In fact, you can even use appliques on them that you get at the fabric store or Hobby Lobby or something like that. I hope they haven't closed down Hobby Lobby.
The wonderful thing about us sewers is we have little hoards of stuff.
Well, this is true.
And we can just go shopping in our own.
Go into your stash and find wonderful things,
Exactly.
laces and
all those things you always thought you'd use. Now's
feathers.
the time, guys.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so I'm going to have to reload my needle here in a second, but I think you get the idea.
Yes.
And this should fit perfectly around that sole. Okay, that's about as far as I can go with that. But anyway, you get the idea. And I use my fingers or my thumb to get in there. And the other nice thing about felt is it has give. So you can actually form it. And with steam, you can shape it into almost anything you want. But I'm just going to pin this to give you an idea. Pretend that this is already stitched all the way around. If you do happen to have a little bit of fabric left without, you can, not enough, you can just take a little bit of ease, kind of gathering in. Okay. Then the other thing that I do, and of course I didn't prepare this, but I take cotton balls or fiber fill and I stuff the toe.
Good idea.
And then I stuff the back end too once I get the upper or the back of the shoe put on there so that the baby doesn't slip around in there. I'll do this one. So there you go.
Oh, that's the most precious little guy peeking out of there. Oh my gosh. Oh.
And then you just follow suit with the the upper the same way. Now in the pattern I've got a little notch. Let's see, right there. This is where you want to line it up with the back seam, which I put on there crooked, wouldn't you know? See,
that's cute.
So the back of the seam should be right in the center of the back of the sole. That's important. So if you mess up like I just did,
it's important for us to see this.
So just take your stitches out and line that up first, so that then this will line up where it's supposed to be. But anyway, that will fit in there.
Oh, so cute.
And what I do, I don't sew this part in. I glue that part in.
Okay.
Now, the cotton's not there yet. Okay, let's just pretend that this is all sewn together. And I've saddle stitched around the top of it, or finished it however. Now in this one, that almost looks to me like machine saddle stitching there. I think it is. And I think I did that because of the ribbon that I put in there. But anyway, finish this edge. So you've got this in the middle, and you've got the backing, and you've clean finished the edge. You've done whatever embroidery you're going to do on, or any kind of attachments. And by the way, with this one, I made little felt flowers by just cutting little circles.
Oh, that's so easy.
Yeah, it's so easy.
Look at that, everybody. And then did you hand embroider all of the little stems and things, or?
I think this is all machine embroidery here. Yeah. It looks like it to me. In fact, I'm sure it is, because I did a production of those, so I couldn't really do the hand embroidery. So let's see.
Oh, those are so cute. You guys, I know your wheels are spinning right now, thinking of all the different ways that you can embroider your little shoes.
Oh, this just gave me an idea. Easter eggs.
Easter eggs!
Anyway, you can glue those on. I did a little French knot in the center.
Okay, yes.
And
right.
You can hand embroider, or you can machine embroider a stem. Anyway, so once you get all of this done the way you want, then what I do is I run a little bit of glue around the inside of this, and then just place it, make sure that you've got it centered right, and just hold it for a few minutes until the glue is not moving.
I love that.
And there you go.
It's so easy and fun. Yeah. It's a lot of fun. Helen, I just cannot wait to see what everybody does with this. I know you've been wanting to do this activity since the last time we filmed, so which was in December, because you made this one for a gift. Look at this Christmas themed one.
Yeah, well,
So sweet.
and I couldn't find it to show you in person.
Well, I think you gave it as a gift.
But here's the picture of it. So.
It's wonderful. It is wonderful. Well,
And there's a simple little embroidery pattern
Oh, a
here
little
too, or a
template.
template. Yeah,
Yes.
for if you want to use that, or like I say, just get creative and do your own thing. You could add lace around the top. You can add lace around the shoe, like I've done with this one. This is ribbon, actually, not lace. Just you could bead it.
yes.
You could bead the whole thing. That's what Anne would do.
I
Well, I
love
was
that.
just sitting there thinking, you know, how people have started having a tree for every occasion.
Yeah.
If you had one of those little trees for Easter,
Yeah.
you could have babies in there, you could have peeps in there, or you could have
Peeps.
chocolate eggs.
There you
Chocolate
go.
eggs.
So much you could do for Easter.
Oh, that's a great idea. You
love
don't
the
even have
chocolate
to
eggs.
have a little resin figure. You just put anything you want in there.
Exactly. Oh, so fun.
Yeah.
I love that.
But I mean, have a tree of, you know, Easter egg color.
I
You
love
can make
the
you can make them into ornaments too.
I
You
love
just said tree. That made me think
Yeah,
of
it would be fun.
a little ornament too.
Exactly.
Fun. Oh, what a delight. Oh, Helen, it's always so wonderful to be in your studio. I'm just going to pan up so you guys can just see the wonderful creative process and everything that is happening around here. You're always planning and doing something. You guys, if you want to learn more about Helen's story, see her wonderful archive of work on her website and shop
is
any of
still
her
in
dolls.
process.
But you did a great job putting a lot of things up for the launch of your site. You have a lot of great archival photos. So you did a great job. So you just go to kishandcompany.com, guys, and you can see all about Helen and her work. If you're new to Helen's work, then I know you're going to love it, but you've got a lot of fans watching right now. So this is so exciting. We can't wait to see, right?
Right. It's going to be fun to see what you all come up with.
Yes, it
I
is.
know you're going to do a great job.
Yes. Oh, awesome. Thank you so much, Helen. And Tomas, who's over here, awake. Just
Finally.
kidding. Yeah. We love our Tomas. So that was great. All right. Well, we'll see you guys a little bit later in the convention. And thank you so much, Helen.
Okay.
All right.
everybody.
Bye-bye.